Hey guys, MakerCK here, and in today's video I'm going to go over the basics to help you get started with Arduino. Now this is a pretty simple process, but it's not always so straightforward. I ran into a few hiccups today when I was switching over to this new computer from an old laptop that I used to use. So I thought, hey, let's maybe make a video here that could help save somebody a little bit of time and frustration. There's three main things I want to cover. Number one, download and install the software and plugins. Number two, connect and configure the Arduino to the computer. And number three, upload and run your first program, which in Arduino they call a sketch. That's basically it, so let's get started. Okay, so here we are on the Arduino website. It's just arduino.cc, and the first step that I said that we were going to do was to download and install the software. Let me tell you quickly about the kinds of software that we're going to download. There's two. There's an Arduino IDE, which is a standalone program that runs on your computer. And we're going to download and use that. That's the main Arduino interface that you can program on. But now they have a new one as well, where you can use a web editor. So it's one of these new ones that's in the cloud. So if you're switching from this computer to a laptop and you're moving locations, the web editor is actually really cool, and your sketches are in the cloud, so they follow you around everywhere. So I've started using that as well, but I still like having both on my computer. So to download those, you just go to software, hover over that, and then click downloads. Now I'm going to show you the web editor first, because that's where I had a little bit of a hiccup. It wasn't so straightforward. You have the Arduino web editor and you hit the getting started, but the link to get the plugin that you need is kind of buried midway down the page. So let me just show you that quickly. I'll scroll down here to the middle of the page till it says pick your platform, Windows, Mac, or Linux. Then within this paragraph here, the link is kind of hidden where it says Arduino Web Editor. Now if you don't want to have to read all that and go through all the mess of documentation, you can just skip all that and scroll right down to where it says pick your platform, and here's the link. Let me just highlight it here. There's the link. Okay, and then just click that and you'll be prompted. You're going to be brought to a page here. My internet's a bit slow. So it takes you to GitHub, and again, if you're not used to seeing this, you get to this site and you think like, what is this? Like what am I supposed to download now? If you're a beginner. So again, for this one you can scroll, skip all that other stuff and just go all the way down to where it says installation here, and pick your platform. So for me, I'm using Windows with Chrome. So I just choose the Windows with Chrome here, and it's going to download that for me, which I've already done. So I'll just bring this up, go to my downloads, and you can see it says Arduino Create Agent. This is just going to install a plugin so you can use the web editor, and it's straightforward. I won't take you through that, but just double click that and next. Okay, then the other one, the standalone IDE, download the Arduino standalone IDE. This one's straightforward. You just click the Windows installer. It downloads a file, which I just was in this downloads folder, called Arduino 1.8.9, and you just double click that and go through next, and that's very straightforward. So okay, you've done that. Now you've got the software downloaded, and we're ready to launch the software, and we are going to start with the standalone Arduino IDE. And I've just double clicked it and it's launched. So here's what it looks like. Let me widen this out a little bit so that you can see it. And one of the first things that you're going to want to do after you launch this is you're going to want to make sure that the Arduino board is plugged in to the computer and that it's configured properly with the software. So that's step 2 that we're doing here. We're already on to step 2. So I have the board here, and I have already, can you see that? And I've already plugged it in. I might switch camera views here so that I can zoom in on the board. But for now, the board is plugged in. And let me just show you this first part. You go to Tools, up here on the top. Come down here to the board. Arduino Uno is the one. I actually have 2 plugged in. And that's why I want to show you this. Because if you don't have the right board selected, or if maybe I've had times where it didn't automatically put the board in there for me. I'm trying to run the program and it's not working. Make sure that you've got your board selected here under board. Arduino Uno, that's selected. Again, tools, and you come down here to port, and you want to make sure that your board is showing under the port. So we say COM5, and it kind of just automatically assigns whatever COM port that the computer is using, so I don't need to get into the nitty-gritty of that. But it shows here that it is indeed the Arduino Uno that is currently connected. So that part is the number 2, connecting the board and configuring it within the software. So now we have the Arduino Uno hooked up, and the software is configured to communicate properly with that. So let me switch views here, and we'll do the next step, which is to upload a sketch, which is what the program that controls the board, and we'll run it. So give me just a moment. Okay, here we are. Now we're on to step 3. And step 3 is to upload and run our first program. We have the Arduino IDE open, and we have the board connected. You should be able to see that in the view. And let's open a very simple program. We go to File, and one of the great things about Arduino is they give you a bunch of pre-built programs. So if we go into Examples, we come down here to Basics, and we're going to go for the Blink program. This program is very simple, and what it does is, well, maximize that there. Okay, and what this program does is simply it makes the LED blink for a certain amount of time. It turns it on for a certain amount of time, then turns it off for a certain amount of time. And this is called a sketch. This is where all the code is written, and I'm not going to go in detail with all the code. But everything within the loop here is going to be what just runs over and over and over. So I will quickly tell you that this is configured for the built-in LED, which all the boards come with. They have a built-in LED that's actually on the board. And let me point that out to you right here. You can probably see it blinking right there. There's a little built-in LED that is already blinking because I actually already uploaded this code, but I'm going to show you how to do that. And this will make that blink for a certain amount of time. So to upload the code to the Arduino, and let's just change this here. Currently it's set to blink for 1 second. That's in milliseconds, so 1000. So let's set that to 3000. So that's going to be 3 seconds. It's going to be on. And then let's set it off for 3 seconds. And now to upload it to the board, we click this button here called Upload. Now you can verify your code ahead of time, and I'll go ahead and do that just for best practices. It says done compiling, and there were no errors. So now this button here, if we hover over it, you can see it says upload. All you do is click that. It says uploading. It's communicating with the board. When it goes to upload your Arduino, you probably saw it blinks for a little bit, flashes, and then boom, it's done. So now it has been uploaded, and you can see this little LED there stays on for 3 seconds, off for 3 seconds, then it's on, 1, 2, 3, off, 2, 3, on, 2, 3, and there you go. So we've went through all the steps, downloaded, configured, and now we've installed our first program. So you've gotten started with Arduino, but since we're already here, I'm going to do a little bonus, a little extra time. That's the main stuff I wanted to show you, so if that's what you wanted to see and that was it, you can click off. But while we're here and connected, what I'm going to do is the built-in LED is actually connected to pin 13. And since that little LED is a little bit tricky to see, what I thought I would do is plug into pin 13 and just show you, maybe with a little bit brighter of an LED here, what it looks like. So I've got this breadboard already set up with an LED circuit. I'm going to plug into 13 there. Let me plug the ground in. And voila. Now you should be able to see the blue LED blinking. So along with the built-in LED that's blinking on the board, you're also seeing the circuit that I built with the LED blinking as well. And there you go. That's our first program, and we can come up here and change this to something faster. So let's make it a half second and make it blink really fast so you can see it update. We'll just go ahead and hit upload. There you go. And now it's blinking every half second. On, off, on, off, on, off, every half second. Okay, that's it. So if you tuned in for this video, hopefully that helped. The two main things that I wanted to get across was where to find the download links and how exactly to download the web editor, and the second, the web editor plugins. And the second thing I wanted to do was show you that you need to make sure that the boards are indeed configured and selected. You go to tools like I showed and just make sure they're selected there, and you should be good to go. Like I said earlier, the process is fairly simple, not always so straightforward, but once you get the hang of it, it's a lot of fun. So one other thing before I quit the video here, I will show you the web editor. Let me just close out of this. Save changes, no. So I don't need to save changes because that one came with the program. But let me just show you the web editor, because I really think this online web editor is really cool, actually. So I've already created an account and have sketches on there. But this is what it looks like. It just loads on the web. And my website, or my internet, is really slow here, like I said. Sorry about that. And you can see here, my web editor is actually showing that it's connected to the Mega. So I won't, since I already have the Uno plugged in, I'm going to go ahead and switch to that one. Okay, now we're on the Uno, and let's load an example here. The built-in examples, same thing. They have the same examples here as they did on the standalone IDE. Takes it a while to load here because my internet. Come on. Well, this is taking a little while. This isn't slow because the Arduino, again, it's slow because of my internet. We'll open the blank program. Loading source. Please wait. And same program here. So we'll just change this to 5 seconds. It wants me to save a new version there that I don't really need to save it. Okay, you can verify, make sure that if you've written a lot of code, it's nice to verify to make sure you don't have any errors. But all we did was change one number, so I'm going to skip that step. I'm going to hit upload here. Okay. You see it's doing its thing. Busy, saying busy. There you go. So success, saved. And now you can see the LED is staying on for 5 seconds, and then it's going to stay off for 5 seconds. And that's it. So if you made it this far and you've done, I think the blink example is one of the first ones a lot of people do, and I suggest that to be one of your first ones that you do. It's very simple and straightforward, and there's not a whole lot of ways you can mess that up. So it's a good one to start with. If you watch the video, hopefully it helped you out a little bit. If I helped even one person, then it was worth it. So thanks for watching, and this is the start of a Getting Started series, and I plan on making a few more with some simple programs showing you how to use the Arduino. Thanks, and we'll see you guys next time.